Friends, we are presenting the one and only Archana Kochhar, who was responsible for crafting opulent sari collection for the 72nd Miss World of Telangana, blending tradition and glamour. So my question to her to begin with is, how was the experience of being behind the entire grand women's pageant?
So we crafted around 240 beautiful outfits, different outfits, and the sheer experience of being able to make so many in a few weeks' time was an experience and learning in itself. And we worked with fabrics from Telangana. So the government of Telangana invited us and told us that they wanted to see fabrics of Telangana.
So that was a brief given to you.
Brief given to me by the government. They wanted the girls to be dressed up in fabrics from Telangana for the finale. So I think so the whole process of going to their weavers, meeting their weavers, procuring their fabric, converting it into silhouettes that these girls are comfortable with. At the end of the day, these girls don't wear saris every day. So we needed silhouettes that these girls will be happy and confident in it, so that they look, stunning, and they're not conscious about what they're wearing. So that whole process was beautiful, very enriching. Learned a lot.
I hope it was not a mean task to arrange a pageant of this order. So how long did it take for you to get into the helm of things?
The work that we did for creating these outfits was around 12 weeks of work. But we have a lot of khakas in place, a lot of prints in place. So we have a whole. We've been doing this all our life, right? Making clothes. So we had a lot of things in place. Now we converted it into their fabrics. We used their fabrics as the base, put our old prints on it, so that we could give it the Archana Kochhar touch, but still use their fabrics. We use some of the most beautiful fabrics from their state. This is the only state in which they weave saris with 2 grams of gold and 4 grams of gold and 8 grams of gold. So we use some of those fabrics and created beautiful drapes with it. We made everything ready to wear and stitch, so that nobody had to worry about the hassles of it falling off. Yes, it was something that we also enjoyed doing and learned a lot, but it was a lot of hard work. It was one of my most difficult shows because so many garments.
And only recently, Telangana came on its own from the mother state of Andhra Pradesh. So, how tough was it to demarcate the Telangana fashion?
So I met their weavers, and what their local weavers wove was the base fabric we used, and then we made the best outfit we could of it. And the other mandate given to us was that they wanted the clothes to be global, and that's how we make the clothes. We make them fusion and global. So that's how we did. We tried to make a beautiful garment from the fabrics we got. We did not try to demarcate it or make it look different. At the end of the day, we are all part of India, and it is India who we are trying to make prouder. And it is India who we are trying that the whole world looks at India in a better light, and that is our vision on a larger scale.
You have been a fashion designer for the past, I think, 4
30 years,
decades.
3 decades.
3 decades. How tough is your job basically? People think from the outside world that it's a glamorous world. She has nothing to do but stitch clothes and you.
So it's a lot of work. I think a lot of people don't understand that there's so much work behind making the garments. So there's so many processes that take place, like even in this collection that we made for these people. So, even when you make a garment, there is, you make patterns, you try to do zero wastage patterns, you try to, you color fabrics that you need. So you do pigment dyes, you do printing, you do embroideries, you do cordings, you do latkan making. You do so many processes together, and then finally a product is made. Of course, you do tailoring. Of course, you do so many things. So people don't understand that one garment that you're seeing has so many processes done behind it for it to look the way it's looking. And also making so many garments fit on so many girls. So there's a lot of hard work which people don't see, which is the truth of it. So it's glamour is the front face, but behind it is hard work and hard work and hard work, and there's no substitute for it.
I think you have one daughter, Simran.
Yes.
You are training her also to follow in your footsteps.
So she's joined me since the last 4 5 years. After her, she completed her education from San Francisco from UC Berkeley, and she will take the brand forward
And
in the coming times.
like your daughter learned from San Francisco, from where did you get your training?
I'm a self-taught person, so I made my mistakes and learned from them.
Which is better, to make mistakes and learn, or to learn, get your training?
I think it's always good to get training, because when you get training, then I think the journey of making mistakes reduces.
Mm.
So I think it's always good to learn. There's but the thing about education is, the very interesting thing about education is that it's actually available, and it's available for all. So if you desire to educate yourself, there's always a way.
Yeah.
So the idea is not about the idea is your desire. You should be willing, and you should be desirous of it. You will get it.
You mean to say, if you desire only, then you will become deserving?
Yes, so well said. So well said. True. So once you desire कि मुझे तो ये सीखना है, तो रास्ते तो आ ही जाएंगे. यूनिवर्स ही भेज देगा आपके लिए.
But how did this idea strike you when you were a teenager, that you should get a name in the world of designing?
So when I was a teenager, I liked to dress myself up, and I liked to style people and dress them up. So that was the seed of it. At that time, I didn't know where I would reach, because when you start working in your journey, the most important thing is to sustain. To become big, bigger, biggest, though, is not in your mind also. Because first, though, you have to sustain. You have to be able to pay the salaries of everyone who works for you. You have to be able to pay the rents of everything. So the first thing is you have to sell your clothes and sustain. So that is the first important thing. And when you do that right, then you can start doing other things right. And when those things happen right, then you can start doing PR and doing this big, bigger, biggest.
Today in Mumbai, you have 3 offices, shops.
Yes.
But when you began, how did you begin? Was it very tough?
So I started this when I was 21, and I've done the same thing for the last 30 years today. So I've been at it doing the same thing. There were many challenges that came, and we kept overcoming these challenges. And and then when we overcame, we came to another stage, and the new challenges came in, and it's been a process. But it's been a very interesting process. And it was difficult, but I think the journey was completely worth it. And when I look back at it, I'm so grateful to God to have given me this journey.
You have been in the forefront as far as designing is concerned, not only for the government but also for the various film industries.
Yes.
So, but at the end of it, do you think that it's thankless task?
No, it's not thankless. I think that one thing is there, that nothing in life is actually thankless. It's upon your perspective. So if you look at things in the right perspective, आप जितना hard work करोगे उतना तो benefit मिल ही जाता है.
And general perception among the Aam Janta is that you create your costumes only for females. Is it true?
Yes, we do mostly females, but we've started doing menswear also successfully now, and we do for both men and women now.
What is more tough?
Females, 100%. Men are a simple lot of people, and their fittings are very easy. They fit into sizes. Women have so many quirks to their fittings, and it's lovely designing for both.
And is it true that females are very fussy?
Yes.
And you have to be at your perfect best in order to
Yes,
satisfy.
that's so true. That's so true. And men, I think, will come do the fittings and in 5 minutes go away. A female will come do her fitting and be there for a while. They'll want to change something, add something, delete something. But men are very simple that way.
Like you said, you began with only fashion designing for women. Then you graduated to males also. Any other aspect of your career you have in mind in the near future?
So I think that in the near future, one of the things that I would like to do is perfect and get our organization to a better level. Get our organizational skills become more creative and better. Designing clothes and the creativity in making the clothes is one thing, but the whole process, make the process even better. So that's something that I'm going to work on.
And initially you can be lured by molten gold, but now your collection also boasts of liquid gold sarees.
Yes.
What difference between these?
So, when I worked with Telangana government, I came across fabrics that they make, in which they actually weave 2 grams of gold and 4 grams of gold and 6 grams of gold. So, and the fabrics are like this one. See, they look like liquid gold, no? See? So that's why these we call as liquid gold sarees. And see how thin they are. This is real gold saree.
Though they weigh less.
Yeah. Yes.
You never thought of taking up full-fledged, I won't call it a job, but working for the film industry.
No, because if you work full fledged with the film industry, then you have to leave, and go with them when the shooting is happening for 3 months, 6 months, and I can't do that because I have a lot of people who work with me who are like my family. I've had some of the same people working with me for the last 30 years, and then also I was a caregiver to my little daughter who was bringing up earlier, and now I'm a caregiver to my father. So I can't take off like this.
You are also very well known for your signature lehenga, Zardosi, Real Zari.
Yes.
How did you get into this aspect?
So I think weddings are something very big in India. We are a culture who really celebrates weddings. Lehengas are something that's worn in weddings. So, I wanted to dress up brides and I wanted to make them look like the best version and help them put the best foot forward. So that I would, make their happy memories even happier and be a part of them. So that's how I started making lehengas and bridal outfits, and I never looked back from there.
Can you tell something about the liquid gold sari collection?
So it is this pure zari fabric. So liquid gold is fabric which is even in the international forecast, liquid gold is a fabric that's doing well. And then when I went to Telangana, I discovered that they are actually weaving fabric with real gold, which looks like liquid gold. It's thin, it looks like tissue, and it's made with real gold zari. So we've used it as in a lot of our saris and drapes, and it looks lovely.
So most of your collection or the events for which you come forward to do the designing, it will cost hell of a lot. How do you manage to make it within the normal average man's range, or you say it won't be possible to come to their range?
No, we do try to make things as reasonable as we can make it. But when you do so much embroidery, then there's so many man-hours that go behind it. So if you have to take care of your artisans, then it can't be very reasonable. But it's not very expensive either. I think we're very well priced for what we do.
And you are also planning to create a new empire with your assistants emerging on their own in the field.
Yes, of course, I wish everybody all the very best in all their endeavors.
But how many people do you think today are following your footsteps? Any known designers who trained under you?
I can't think of any right now, but because we have a lot of retention. So a lot of people who work with us have continued working with us, and they're like a part of our family.
And in the near future, what is your plan now?
We have recently been offered a very big show in New York, and the Russian government is planning to collaborate with us on that, and we are planning to do that. So very excited about that, and we'll reveal about it very soon.
And which is easier, international shows or national shows? Because all over India also you have been doing so many shows.
National shows are of course easier than international shows. International shows are more difficult, but a show is a show, and making a garment is making a garment, and we try to put in our best efforts and make it as good as we can.
But you never tried being a designer for at least one film?
We've dressed up a lot of Bollywood actors for songs.
Oh.
So we've done small snippets, done songs, done their bridal looks, but we've not tried to do a full movie, because the full movie, if you're a family person, then it's very difficult to leave your family for so long and just take off. And then also my whole shop is also, there's so many people working here. So you can't leave everybody and just walk off.
One shop you got here where we are sitting near Kayani Veda.
Yes, and then and the biggest thing is that more than our one shop here, now everything has changed. Online has become such a big thing. So through our online website, we are selling all over the world, in every corner of the world, and we sell a lot to Purnia, Aza also. So, online sales have also become a very big thing. So that becomes one of your shops also in today's day and time.
And have you decided on training your new craftsmen through online process?
No, I have not done that as yet. Not trained craftspeople.
And other than this outlet, which are the other outlets you have in Mumbai?
So my main outfit flagship store is here only, and the rest we sell through online and we sell through various trunk shows that we hold all over. But this is the only main outlet that we have.
And outside Mumbai, are there any?
We are collaborated with Pernia Pop Up and with Aza, and we sell through them outside Mumbai, and we sell through our own website.
Any particular place?
All over India, all over the world. Yes.
Thank you very much, Archana ji.
Thank you,
for
Jim.
this
Thank you so much.
lovely interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much.